Players up to go, and once again, I'm going to go through the intro because I am running a little bit behind. We got to do a couple of things. You are watching the 4th annual George Ginky Sansucci Memorial, who's actually great friends, was great friends with Scotty and I. And we are coming to you live from Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York. I'm upstate Al, joined in the booth by Scott Bannon. We're going to watch Koka and Raphael Dabreo shoot it out here, Scotty, and we're underway.
There we go. Do you know who won the leg?
All right, you guys ready to roll? You ready to go? Okay. Yeah, no problem. And as we're getting underway, we want to give a big shout out, first of all, to
Stick around. They'll all be here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Earl's coming, right?
No, Earl's got to be in, he's got some exhibitions. I believe it's in the UK.
Okay, I think I
He's
saw
got
that
some
on
things
Facebook.
to do, yeah.
I don't really pay attention to
Yeah,
it.
and then Jeremy Sosi, of course, is out there with the Moscone team. So we're going to be missing a couple of players, you know.
The guys that are here every week.
We're going to see a lot of great players,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. Ready to go, and I get the hand signal from the players. So here we go. Raphael Dabreo.
It's two solid local players, without a doubt.
Absolutely. And you can look at the score. The score is 1-0 in favor of Koka. Koka gets one game on the wire. Raphael Dabreo, the stronger player. We're racing to 7. And we want to thank NYC Grind, Jerry Tarantola, Allison Fisher, and the whole crew for jumping on board to watch and co-produce this great event. Do you know how many players there were? I mean, close to
Full
200.
field.
What does that mean?
128, and there's going to be 64 on the pro side, unless he comes up a couple light.
Wow. So we're talking 193 players.
Yep.
So far.
Yep.
Wow. Big event.
So they're off.
And running.
Koka made a good break. He's got a clean shot on the 2.
The table on 17. Who won on table 17?
And if he can get on it, he'll end up with a shot with a combination on the 9 if he can get there. A little jacked up, but I'm sure he can handle it.
Who is the winner?
Yeah, if he elects to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in position he is, he can come down below the 3 and play safe behind the 6, right? Depending on his
preference,
comfort zone.
Table 17.
Looks like he decided to go halfway.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not a bad player.
No.
He just got a...
You know of my fainting spells on this table, so I'm nobody to be poking fun.
The scary thing about this is he has to feather the 3 ball, and if he does, he might lock the combination up dead. So now he's in a position, either he's going to kick at it hard enough. I don't know if he can see even a part of the 3.
You know what's funny? He even has a bad angle for kicking. I mean, he's got to spin out and come back in. I don't know his billiards abilities. We're about to find out, though. Nice shot.
Now, Koka shoots a lot on a 5x10 out there in Gotham City Billiards in Brooklyn. They have a 5x10 diamond.
I haven't been out in a long time. I know that Gotham redid the whole place with diamonds, and he's a fixture there. But even before that, I mean, when this kid showed up around here, he was a good player.
Yeah. Oh, he's been around a while, too.
Yeah.
You know, coming around with Steve the Russian and the whole crew.
Yep.
And just as a reminder for you guys out there, we will be at Gotham City Billiards, 31st through the 1st.
The Upstate Al calendar.
Yeah, trying to keep everybody up to date, I'll tell you. But you can bet I'm showing up at Gotham City Billiards a day early. I had the rat race.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, I've been to Steinway a bunch of times, and you know the setup, and you know what you got to go through. So you say, hey, you know what? Instead of going a day early, let's get a couple more hours sleep and then leave. It didn't work that way.
I was going to say, how'd that work out for you?
It didn't work.
Raph here, he's going to punch it out, probably one rail.
18. Bill Gallagher, table 18.
He's such a deliberate player.
Bill, you get 1
Very.
on 7. Bill Gallagher, you get 1 game in a wire, race to 7.
He looks comfortable. Nice, simple one rail. He'll pull it backwards now.
When your match is over, can the winner please come to the tournament chart? The winner, come to the tournament chart.
Wiped
that
its
one.
feet. Yeah. It's a polite 6-ball. A little bit of a tester for the first rack. And he passed. We are 1-1.
There you have it. Tied at 1, folks. You are watching the George Ginky Sansushi Memorial. We're coming to you live from Steinway. We want to welcome everybody aboard that's viewing the stream. We want to thank Scott Bannon for sitting in. And we're going to have a lot of special co-hosts. If you don't know Scott, he's a gentleman walking around with sunglasses, usually pulls up in front with his limo or a Lear jet.
I got rid of the limo.
Okay. Now he's got one of those, what do you call Coopers? Those little Cooper cars.
I got a Prius.
You know what Devil said to me? I like the Cooper. I really do. I like the Cooper.
Eric Hummel, you get 2
Devil
games
says,
in a
are you
wire,
kidding me?
race to 7.
I said, what do you mean am I kidding you? He says, that's like jogging on the highway. He's good with the one-liners.
Absolutely. Devil's floating around here somewhere, yes?
He's playing, yeah.
He's playing his match already?
Absolutely. Definitely participating in, him and Ginky were real close,
Yeah.
Did the road and good friends. Like, Ginky was liked by everybody. I don't know one person that had a bad word to say about him. So this
That
is
would
all
be
in honor
correct.
of the Gangster.
James McManus, the table 6. James McManus.
That wasn't really a hard break.
No, it looks like he's trying to control a cue ball. I mean, he did park in the middle of the table. He didn't make anything, but
14, Bogey and Emily Duddy on 14.
not in a bad spot.
Bogey and Emily Duddy, table 14. Emily, you get 2 games in a line, a race to 7. From Bogey on table 14.
Now he should come out somewhere towards the middle of the table. Probably if you can get a little below the 6, that would make him, unless he wants to go all the way to one side. And he chose to go my way. Got a little straight. A little help from the 6, and it comes up a little short. Probably going to have to play safe here. He can either cross it
Ron Mason, Ambi
put it right
Estevez
on top
table
of it.
12.
Yeah.
Ron Mason, Ambi Estevez, table 12.
I think he got him here. If Raph
Ambi,
can
you
see
won't
it, he
give
probably
a wire,
can't
race to
pocket
7
it, but
on table 12.
a lot of distance. And it looks like Raphael's going for the jump cue, so going airborne. And there is the famous Jerry T walking through the room. Give Raph a second to get that cue together.
Stress? No. 24 hours, I'm up. Really? Under the gun. Yeah. Lost sound. Meter.
Raph got over it. He got a little lucky. Ball went a couple of rails. That'll happen. You start jumping.
Now playing on table number 16, Tom Romano and Mike Stratford.
So from here he can either go 2 or 3 rails, depending on whether he wants to play the 6 in the corner or the side. We'll see. A little bit of a stretch for him, so he might go for the simpler shot. He's switching hands. And all he's got to do is roll forward. It'll be perfect on the 7.
All right, Scotty, keep me up to date. There's no score change, right? We're still
No,
one apiece.
Raph just jumped a 4-ball, a couple of rails into the side there, and now he's in great position to run out.
You know, as many times as I come down here to the New York City area, and when I see Raphael, he's always practicing on that little tight box off to our left there.
Yeah.
Oh, as I say that, he miscues.
It's official, Al.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
a commentator.
I'm the cat.
Absolutely.
They call me the cat.
The commentator curse. Remind me to ask you to leave if I have to play on this table.
Well, I'll tell you what. You did play on one of the stream tables in the Ginky Memorial at Amsterdam.
0-3 on the stream table.
Not only you, Greg Antonakis, too. There's something about Greg Antonakis when he gets on the stream table. I always said I'd rather be in that back room and nobody even know the cameras are on and just play the game. You know, some people, do you find it intimidating a little bit, knowing that
You know
there's
what?
like
No, I used to crave the
watching?
spotlight, and now I spend so much time trying to avoid it. That's the bigger difference.
We're not talking 20 years ago. Now you don't want to be on camera.
That's right. If
Now
you
you're
ever notice
lean and
when-
mean.
If you ever notice, when I win a tournament, there's no picture.
All right, Mr. Koka goes up.
They changed the rule on the tri-state because of me. They started taking the pictures before the finals. I used to run out the door with the envelope in my hand.
You know, it's always great to come down here, especially for this event, Scotty.
Well, you know what? Guys like us that were around back in the day, you know, it's when we had the Golden Q and Masters, and there were always guys coming into town. You know,
Right, it's fun.
It's not the same anymore. It's nice. We have a strong player in Earl, you know, kind of defending the home turf there, but it's not the same without Gink.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But you know what? Gink's around. Don't you worry about it.
Oh,
He's around.
absolutely. He helped me make a 9 before. Koka's setting up.
You know, that's about the third time I've seen that cue
Yeah.
ball drop off to that side. I wonder if the spot or something, you know, is folded up on that spot.
Might be a little of that, a little bit of nerve.
You know, talking about the old days, there's somebody in here, his name is Bob, and I remembered his face, but I couldn't remember his name because it's a hard name to remember. Anything past 2 letters, and Ed's okay. Once you get into 3 letters, I get lost. No, but I haven't seen him in a while. And he says, you know how long I know you? I said, absolutely not. He says, how about Whitestone? When Larry Gavin used to run the tournaments out of Whitestone. I mean, we're going way back. So, you know, all these players show up and they bring guests, whether it be their families, and you don't see these faces all the time. So
Yeah.
it's great to come out and see everybody and take the ride and absolutely be here.
Don't say it. I know he's in a good spot, but don't say it.
Never. He just has to stop it.
Yeah. Stop here. Come out. He can play the 8 with wherever he's comfortable. Now he punched it a little bit forward, so.
2 rails, right? 2 rails go back into the corner, or is he going to draw
either
back?
or, actually, whichever one he's more comfortable. It's a little more natural going forward, but if he wants to just try and stay close to the 8, he can pull it backwards 2 rails, like you said. And he left himself another tester.
Yeah, I don't like the side pocket.
Unless that's is that 8 closer than we think?
No.
No.
This is we're watching real life right here. It looks like Raphael Dabreo has Kamui clear. You can actually see the Kamui clear.
I hear wonderful things about them. I'm too old school. Every time I borrow somebody's cue for a few minutes and that thing's there, I always think there's a lightsaber on the end or freaks me out.
Parking meter out front, because the meter person goes along all day long, so make sure you pay your parking meter and make sure you do not park in the PC Richards parking lot, because they will tow your car. Also,
And we're tied up.
here, Mr. Jimmy Martinez,
Yes, we are. We're tied at 22. Talking about Kamui,
event t-shirt.
he's a 3 CD pack. And
AZ's really stepped up in the last few years. They're starting to get some money out there and help people, and, it's not just a website anymore.
Well, we like to give back, and I have some product at home, that I have, and I'm not into, if somebody gives me some product, I'm not into selling it.
Right.
I like to give it away for prizes, and we are going to give a prize away today to somebody in the chat. You got to be signed in, of course, but somewhere between now and towards the end of the day, we will pick somebody out of the chat. And I believe we're going to leave that up to Allison Fisher. We'll probably get her over here and do some magic. If not, we'll leave that up to Bob, CMBWSU, our senior moderator. Of course, none of the mods can win. We wouldn't like to have that kind of reputation. But
Like you said, it's not the old days.
We do appreciate all the mods helping us out.
Bob is everywhere. Every time I turn on the computer.
I got no sound on the score. Okay, the score says final, so something must have happened there. Okay, we'll edit that shot. Thank you, CMB. We lost audio. 1, 2, 1, 2. We got audio on there. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. We got audio on there. It's just that the score says finals, and it's not the finals, so we will edit that. Thank you.
Raphael had a long one there. He had to roll it in if he wanted to keep shape, and it bobbled a little bit. It's sitting there. Koka's back at the table, and let's see what he does from here.
Check. 1, 2. We got audio. On ads, no sound. Okay.
27 even.
So we will fix that too. Ads. Let's get the audio on. And let's get the audio on. Bada bang. Back to the live action. So all the talking that we were doing while we were flashing the ads, there was actually no audio from us. They couldn't hear us.
That's good.
It was a good thing.
I
you
think
didn't
they
miss
help.
much. Scotty really has no kind of intelligence whatsoever.
Not really. I'm mostly looks.
He's such a great guy. I wouldn't say it to him if I didn't know him, believe me. He's like one of these
Also, we have
lean
Ginky
fighting
shirts for
machines.
sale.
I'm not that lean. I'm still mean.
Memorial Tournament.
No one's ever called me lean before, Al.
Well, look at myself.
We're not-
You're lean to me.
Ginky shirt, the 4th annual.
We're showing everybody what bagels and coffee do for you in the long term.
I'm sorry, guys, with the sound issues. I'm loading things as we're trying to commentate through. I'm loading ads and stuff as we're commentating through the match. I'll get it. A couple of more matches, I'll get there.
We'll be all set up by midnight.
Yeah, there you go.
For anybody who doesn't know, Al looks terrible.
Do I really?
This man looks like he's been up since July.
Is that right?
No.
Do I?
No, for a man your age, you look great.
Well, I get a lot of people saying that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. As they walk through the Museum of Natural History and they look at me behind the glass.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, he looks good. He looks good for 150 years old, I get a question in the chat. Are the brackets online? The brackets are being updated by Gail Glazebrook Robles. She will be posting them on her Facebook page, and if you can go over there to her Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, we'll see if we can get them up on Easy Billiards. They will be coming, as CMBWSU just says.
While we're talking, Koka's over here
Yeah, just
with a very pretty run out.
walking the poodle through the park.
Yep. Thank God I didn't get him there.
3-2. We're correct on the. Let's go back to the AZB TV prize giveaway, guys. It's going to be two pieces of Kamui chalk, the 0.98 and also the 1.21. Also the Gator Grip, that's the third prize. And the fourth prize is Run Out Media. Learn advanced play in 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball, and take a look at that online. There's so many professionals in there explaining it. We're going to be giving away those prizes. We're going to be giving one away today. We're going to see if we can get Allison Fisher. She'll pick somebody out of the chat. In other words, everybody's going to have a number, and she's going to pick a number, and whoever it is going to win one of those prizes. We got to get back to the live action as Koka leads 3-2 in this race to 7.
He's been controlling the break pretty good, except that one he let it get loose. There it goes, and it sits down.
And of course,
nothing goes in on the break.
None of our moderators are eligible to win that prize because we will look like we set that up. Now, we went through this conversation, but they didn't hear it before.
Right, okay.
And we do appreciate our moderators.
I would really think it would be nice that Anya wins something very special.
Yes.
As you know, I'm very inappropriate with Anya on the internet, and she allows me to get away with it without slapping me.
That's not Anya you got to worry about. It's her husband, Carlos.
The husband of Anya.
Really nice couple, and Anya does a lot.
Absolutely. It's nice that they put the time in for you.
Yeah. Also, we're looking forward to seeing Heather Kurtz and Steve Kurtz. I haven't seen them in a while.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah.
They busy. Really? They'll
they're
be
both busy.
here
They're
shortly,
working.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was told that they're going to try to stop by.
Yeah. Well, I know how that feels. I spend more time working than I do anything else. He's got a little angle here. Hey, what happened?
What happened? I'm still here.
Oh, Koka didn't make. I forgot that Koka didn't make a ball, and that Raph shot the one. Got a little funny angle on the what looks like the 3-4 there. The 3 should come out towards the middle of the table, or at least down the rail. And how do you control it? It's getting harder.
Yeah, he kind of went from the, how do you say it? The
frying pan into
the
the
hot
fire.
Oil, into the hot oil or the fire, yeah.
He's none too pleased. He doesn't have a great angle to do anything off it. If he cuts it in the side, the 9's in the way. That corner gets very big. See what he chooses to do. Where do you ever see a crowd like this for an amateur event?
You know, I really want to pan the room when I get a second to give the folks out there an idea how busy this great room is here.
And so Raph tried it. He tried to involve everybody. The 2 points in the corner. And
he's got to settle right down, and he knows it.
Yeah.
You know, just elect to play it safe. You know, you don't really want to get any kind of crazy right here. You're only leading by 1. You know, so
yeah, there wasn't a lot. There's not a lot of future going on there right now, and
if he can get behind the 6, I don't know if he has enough of that 5.
5, right?
Yeah. And he can possibly lock him up behind the 9 if he's got that angle. I don't like putting a 9 out of 5 anywhere near the 9. If he hits this too hard and that 5 comes across table,
He might just try to lay it in here, like one soft rail, and drift the cue ball up. Try to get to the top rail with a little spin,
protect
and
it
leave him
behind the
something
8.
long. Right. With any luck, it'll just
Got to
cruise
watch
out
that
a
side
little.
pocket.
Yeah.
Just drift. Slight cut, the same lead touch.
And there you go.
He works.
Sure does. He would have liked to get him to the top, but
Koka's playing the billiard into the 9. He's playing rail first, 5 ball, cue ball spinning off the 5, bottom rail, and possibly hitting the 9.
you think he sees all that?
Yeah, he sees it. Not only sees it, he called it.
I guess I missed that part.
Well, there's a microphone above the table. I pick up on those little things. See it? He gets behind it, though. He can
Great
scratch.
job. In the
That's
drink.
the problem.
26.
Anytime you get, you know that as well as anybody else. Anytime you get behind a ball, it's sitting on
That's
that short
it,
rail.
yep.
You know, possibilities are there.
Absolutely.
Well, how about kicking a ball off the short
Oh.
rail, going into the side pocket? In any case, Raphael Dabreo back up at the table. I'm going to pan the room real quick after this and give you guys an idea. Now, this place has been packed since 9 o'clock. You know, when you get this kind of multitude showing up for a tournament and their friends, you get a tournament. And everybody that knew the Ginks, and I'll tell you what, I was talking to people in Germany online, well, all over the world. They knew the Gingster. They personally knew him, or they watched enough of him, whether it be on, you know, CNN, I mean, not CNN, ESPN, or just videos.
Yep.
You know, and just word of mouth, the way people talk about George, you know, it goes a long way.
Yeah, no. Listen, Tony was talking about his little streak of tournaments. I believe was at about 27, and I know that when I did the drive-in with him, he was on about a streak of about 18, and
Wow.
everywhere we went,
Wow.
Ginky's here, Ginky's here.
Yeah.
You know,
But you know something? He wasn't. You know, pool players. They got some. A lot of people think of pool player as a hustler, and it does fit. You know, the older days, and
Right,
even today,
22, Todd
there's
Trent
people that
and
do
Rick
go into pool rooms and hustle,
Shellhouse,
try to hustle.
22.
When
Even.
Ginky
Todd Trent, Rick
went on the road with the
Shellhouse,
devil,
22 even.
the devil drove from Jersey to Florida and back,
yep.
and they stopped at the majority of the rooms. When they walked in, they said, "We want to play your best player." You know, it's not, and because they did know him, but even in the rooms where they didn't know him, he said, "I want to play your best player."
Yep.
Larry Ross stopping by.
I just want to tell you, I'm going to have my friend give me your email. Email his logo.
And Raphael the break while I was talking with Larry Ross.
It's intelligent concept. She's the best in the world.
And
Have him email it to me.
dry again, control the cue ball well. Seems to be the
At gmail.com.
what's happening so far in this match.
Okay, and it'll be a little while.
Koka's in nice shape to follow this or come one rail.
No, you don't need to do it. I'm just
Table 21, Sam Muhammad. Sam Muhammad and Soup Dale on 21. Sam, you get 1 on 7. Table 21, Sam Muhammad and Soup Dale on 21. Sam, you get 1 on 7.
I'm trying to get you some stuff. That's what you want.
There you go. Tried to punch it over. It was a bad angle to do it. And Raph comes to the table with not much going on. You got everybody giving you crap today, huh?
Yeah, you know,
Larry's a funny guy, though.
he's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, don't forget, coast to you name it in metropolitan area, they've done it and they've
Yep.
been there. In fact, these tables here, they do.
These tables, I have not played on a table in this room that doesn't play well.
Right. Very good. John's very good at it. Well, John and Josh, right? Now they're partners.
Right.
Yeah. So those guys are jumping on board. You know, Coast to Coast Restorations will flash their ad every once in a while, and keep you guys updated. And make sure you jot down that number. They're also on Facebook under Coast to Coast Restorations. If you have any kind of work you want to recloth your table, those are the guys you want to see. Oh, it's Koka misses that 3-ball, and that was fairly easy.
I would have expected him to, at the very least, hit that. But if you hit that on almost any side, it went in. And Raph is back.
I'm sorry to jump in there, but maybe he got like shell shocked, like, you know, he scratched in that corner once before, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That was the last game.
Too early.
A lot of guys aren't used to being up this early playing either.
Oh yeah.
Playing, I mean, realistically, looking at these two guys, this could be the finals of any local tournament.
Didn't have sound.
I get a little sound from the director's table. Raphael comes back out in the middle, leaves himself a shot on the 6. It's a little long, but
Yeah. This is a tester, definitely.
Yep.
He's got to hit it, and he's got to hit it straight and draw back. I don't see him powerhousing this thing going 3 rails around, coming back with a 7.
Well, that's an Earl. You know what? That's an Earl shot. Earl hits this shot just like that, like it's a spot shot.
Yeah, that's Earl.
And he blows it in.
Going to draw behind the 8, probably, for the 7.
Well, he
right
hit
in
it
front of him.
pretty good.
I would say, at least he's got a shot.
Right, well, he's right-handed, so that helps him here. I'm sure he's hit this ball a couple of times. Down here in this area is where righties and lefties, you start seeing preferences and stuff. And he's moving the furniture. Nice shot, though, either way. And here's Raph. He's going to try and just cut this 8 in and hopefully stay in the vicinity of the 9. He's got to hit this with a little bit of inside.
If he hits it, he could wind up bad.
I think he got a little nip at it in the side or the corner at this point. I myself would like the corner. Obviously, so does he.
Now, they do have to call the 9 ball in the
Yeah.
amateur? Okay.
The amateurs call the 9.
Okay, as the game goes nip and tuck. Here we go.
So far, it has been no advantage to breaking. Do you know the story many years ago that Pat Fleming of AccuStats was at a tournament in Texas?
Yeah, let me try to jump in there. And Pat says he'd rather be on the other side and not break it.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. That story.
And he won the match.
It's incredible. You know, a lot of people wouldn't believe it. But, you know, doing all those stats through the years and watch and keeping them on the people that break and the people that won the match, he weighed his options out and went with them.
Yeah. Well, as I heard, that particular story was that it was just like this match. The breaker kept losing. And finally, Pat won a game and said, nope, you break. And after a little bickering, it ended up that he got his way and he won.
And talking about Pat from AccuStats, guys, go over to AccuStats, ACCU-STATS, and they do have a poll. What they want to do is they want the public to vote on what they would like, what game they would like to see in the next Make It Happen event.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a poll going on, and I'd like to go over to AccuStats. They're doing a lot for poll. Pat Fleming's been doing it for years.
Absolutely.
So go over there and vote on that poll.
So we had another scratch on the break here while we were talking.
Yeah.
And Koka got ball in hand and decided that he wanted to shoot an
real
extremely
close.
hard shot on the 3.
Good direction.
Oh, that's the 3 on the bottom rail. Excuse me. I
Yeah.
thought that was the 3 up next to the spot.
Do you drive?
Now playing on table number 15.
Yeah.
That's a red 3.
Thank God that all those signs are shaped the same. The shape of the sign is there for people like me.
Eddie the Lock walking in the house.
Eddie the Lock is here.
Ed Culhane coming in. You know, some people are scheduled for 10, some people are scheduled for 12. So what's going to happen is the flow of the players is going to start really getting heavy
Absolutely.
because they know, nice shot, because they know what time they have to set
Yeah.
their match up, you know.
Tony texted me reasonably late that the draw was done, and if you're getting this text, you're due in at 10.
Yeah. Actually, he sent the text to Double Dave, and Double Dave says, Al, give me a wake-up call when you're on the road at 7 in the morning. I call him at 7 in the morning, his phone is off. So now I'm in a panic.
Yeah.
I call him at 7:30, his phone is still off. He shows up on time, but Tony sent the text out, and Double was included in it. He doesn't play until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're welcome, Mr. Bank Shot, and we want to thank you for joining and viewing the George Ginky Sansushi Memorial. Along with everybody else, we always appreciate everybody.
Another one wiping its feet on the way in, but he'll just shoot this straight in, slide over, and he should be breaking again.
There you go. What would the gangster say? Dress up. We're going
Yep.
out. As Raphael
He used to
dresses
say that a
tonight.
little earlier than the rack than us.
I tell you what. I don't have to tell you about it. How about the days as soon as he broke? If he was open, and sometimes even when he wasn't,
When you didn't recognize it, he did.
even if he had a hard shot, a really long, hard cut shot in the open and break after he broke, everybody said he's out. Bet. And he would get out. He would get out.
The Ghost quit pool when that kid started playing pool.
Absolutely.
Everybody sits around saying, I played the Ghost. Ginky broke him.
Folks, I'm just going to give you a little bit view of Steinway Billiards as you see sitting amongst the rail, the tournament board. You see John Lehman, William Finnegan. You see Manny, the owner there. And what's her name? Mandy, right?
I was just going to ask you that. Who's the young lady helping?
Mandy.
Okay.
And here's the crowd as the bleachers start to
And
fill up.
look at what time of day it is, though.
Look, we're snooping in on Jerry T. That's Jerry Tarantola from NYC Grind. We got him, and he doesn't realize we got the robot cam on him. All right, we got to get back to the action. Raphael is set to break in Game 9. He leads this match 5-3 in a race to 7.
On table 11.
Uh-oh, call the police. He made a ball on the break, and he's got a shot on the 1.
The investigation.
1 on 7.
The gypster. In fact, guys, this table that this match is taking place on, and the reason we elect to stream this table, I don't know if you can make it out. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but on the side rail, there's a plaque. And this is the George Ginky Sansushi table. And give you an idea what the plaques look like, that one to the right is for the gypster, and there's one in the upper corner for Jack the Cop. These are plaques that have been...
Yeah, Manny pays respect at the very least to the locals from everybody's past.
We have a raffle for an Icon Q here, $950 Icon Q. Tickets are $5 for $20.
Raphael doesn't look thrilled with what he got here.
Well, he's on the wrong side of the 3.
Also, we do have commemorative T-shirts.
Being that they're all shaped the same, I'm having a hard time recognizing them all.
Right. Well, when you get up there, just swing.
You may see Jimmy Martinez for the T-shirts.
You know what I say here? Go for the shot. Play it with a lot of inside stuff. Try to hold the cue. And you're going to wind up with a long shot on the 4 where you can play safe behind the 5-8. You know,
right.
That's what he's looking at.
Well, do you see where he was just looking?
Yeah.
He's looking to see if he can just go one rail across and leave himself the tough cut or stay in control, like you said.
Right. That's what he did. A lot of
and
inside
he held
stuff.
It, yeah.
Not on the rail. He's okay.
Right.
Now, you don't get aggressive. I mean, you're leading 5-3, but this is no point and no reason to get aggressive.
Right.
I like to play it safe. But Raphael is aggressive.
And I was going to say, it looks like he's shooting at it. He's probably just going to go up and down the middle of the table. I mean, anywhere below the side pocket, he's got a nice shot on the 5. Just like that. And, oh, he adjusted the 6.
He adjusted it pretty good.
He adjusted it for himself.
And right back up that
exactly.
same path.
Now we can play the 5 the exact same way, and stay in a decent position on it all the way up and down. This is one of those shots that when the ball comes off the bottom rail, if you hit it good, it'll come straight. If not, the spin it'll break and it'll go towards the 6.
Right.
No headphones should be on during the matches, and all cell phones should be off. Not vibrate, not silent, off during the matches.
And
a little too close for comfort, but he's okay.
I was going to say, it's another little nip shot. And just drop it in the corner, and side pocket shouldn't be in play, for the scratch.
Yeah, just drift across.
Yeah.
Should be okay.
How'd he hit it?
Hit it good.
Punched it off the rail, and that should be the end of this one.
So you're going out on the wire and say Raphael is going to get up to the hill first.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not a commentator. There's no curse involved.
Oh, you are commentating. Pretty good at it there, Scotty. Where you been?
I'm locked in the house.
Well, please, get unchained from that radiator pipe. All right. I said radiator pipe. There you go. Raphael's on the hill 6-3. We want to give a special thanks out to CMBWSU. I mean, this guy does.
He gets I've never, is this new?
This is a new graphic.
Anybody listening knows that I'm usually sitting on there with my less than stellar comments. That's a very nice plaque you made for him, and he's earned it.
Absolutely, absolutely. They twisted my arm to do it. A couple of guys came over from Switzerland that he knows. And they made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. So they said, you either make the gold plaque for CMB or else We don't talk to you no more, and I like talking to those guys out there. Only joking, Bob. You know you deserve it, and I believe a lot of people know that you do.
Here we go.
You know, you're right, Scott. He's been controlling that rock.
Yeah.
By rock, folks, just in case you don't know, that lingo is the cue ball, controlling the cue ball towards the center of the table.
He's not in bad shape here either. I mean, you can play the 1 2 ways. You can either follow it 2 or 3 rails up under this way.
Well, they don't know what up under this way means.
I'm pointing at, believe it or not, I'm pointing for you. I don't think that there's a magic teleprompter.
Teleprompter.
Yeah. Al is busy dealing with the issues of TV production. And here's Raph with what should be a routine shot in the corner. And he might need to hold it a little bit for the 3, unless he chooses to do something different. But I think he's just going to go across. Nice smooth stroke. Still drifted a little.
You're going to give it out to somebody on the chat. Okay. Have to be. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, had to step out there. John Lehman was asking what kind of prizes we're giving away. He wants to let everybody know. I'm sure he's going to make that announcement momentarily or later on during the day.
John's another guy that's been around a long time. He's always worked hard.
Oh,
know?
yeah.
I mean, he
always
helped
been
keep
hippie ever since I know him.
Yeah, we won't hold it against him.
No.
Raphael's trying to not give up control of what's going on here. It looks like he's going to go 3 inside rails here.
And he's on the hill.
Yes, he is. And he doesn't want to give Koka an opportunity to change anything.
Okay, table 4, Dane Clark, B-Shack Daniel.
Little bounce
Table
off the
4,
8, and
Dane Clark, B-Shack
You know, he
Daniel,
cut the
table
last
4.
fall ball in prior
Right.
rack to this, so, you know, this one's a little bit easier. It's further off the rail. I don't see him having any problem. He's got the same path, you know, straight up and down
Pretty
the table.
much.
Between the 8 and the 9.
Yeah, you would hit this with a little high outside. You know, whenever you're cutting a ball, if you can hit it with a little high ball, it always seems to straighten it out a little bit. And best would be to come off the bottom rail.
Oh.
See, he tried to over-control it instead of just having faith in, you know,
Yeah.
the ball coming straight down the table.
4 ball hangs up.
Yep, and Koka's back. Shaking his head, he's surprised.
Well, he's going to have to come on the left side of this 5 ball, go rail first and spin out.
It's there, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's there. Just got to watch the speed. You don't want to shove.
No, look at that.
You got to watch the
That's
speed.
not the shot, yep.
He's okay. It didn't look like he was going to get there. Yeah, he got there.
Yeah. That measle cue ball will...
They're playing even?
That's next.
Do you need this? Can I have it?
You can give it back to me later.
Okay, we'll do.
Koka came up a little short on the 6, but he's probably happy to just be at the table, so let's see what he can pull off here.
All right, not bad, my friend.
Mr. Ross is here again. Let's see what he does. Fired it in like it was 1-1.
I'll give you the address.
You can send it in JPEG if you want, or PNG. Anyone else. Send it in PNG. Upstate Al Pool.
And he's back in the match. 6-4.
I gotta go. I'm on the air. Upstate Al
Yeah. Okay, you got that?
Sorry about that, Scott.
Yeah,
You got
it's
a little
all-
interrupted here by Mr. Larry Ross as he works in the background.
When Mr. Ross speaks, people listen.
Absolutely right.
I don't have that problem.
6'4". Are we correct?
Yep, correct.
All right.
Koka just made, you know, a nice solid little out.
Jerry T's all pumped up. You know something? It looks like he got some
loves
sleep.
this stuff.
It looks like you got some sleep.
You know what? For a kid who loves to play pool as much as he always did, he runs around with that camera like, you know, somebody with their new toy every week. He
We
loves
look
it.
at him and we say he's a kid.
Yeah.
But he's not a kid anymore.
No, he's not.
We're not going back to the football ticket days.
No. You know what? I call everybody kid. Everybody.
And he's full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he's also skinny, unlike the two people we're talking about right now.
Speak for yourself, sir. I think I'm in good
Yeah,
shape.
you know what? You're right. You're svelte for a rhino. But it's okay.
For a rhino.
You're a nice rhino, sir. You always have been.
All right. Koka's up at the table. Thank you, Scotty. He's going to try to get another
played him
beat
in
up.
there.
He's got to start pulling now. You know, Raphael game on the wire.
Yep.
You know, now Raphael leads by 2. It's got to be intimidating for Koka at this point.
You know what? When you're in this position, and unfortunately I've been in it a lot of times, I had a lot of comebacks from spots like this because all you got to do is, if you don't have the out, you basically slow the other guy down by playing safes, even if they're a little weak. You know, if he keeps shooting at kicks and you know, has the answer with a save, it tends to take a little away from the leading player.
Right.
You know, and then they start going, you know, you might get in his head a little bit. I mean, that shouldn't be the case here. You got 2 strong guys. Nobody's new at this.
That's no hit.
See, and here's Raph with no hit. He bumps the 3 out of the way, and
he bumps to 5.
5.
Yeah.
So
We're going to send you for an eye test.
Absolutely.
All right. Can you see the colors better with these? These are only readers.
Al, don't swing those. You just, you know, a light went through it, and I think you killed an ant.
Oh, God. The sun is out.
Yeah.
We're having fun here. Okay. So, like we said, Koka's got an
Exactly, see?
opportunity. And you know what's even favoring Koka from here is it's win and break.
Right.
You know, we're not alternating breaks, right? So.
Absolutely. Listen, you're playing 9-ball with good equipment, 2 solid players. There's not too many leads that are insurmountable, and 2 games is surely not, because if you get on the hill here, you got to be thrilled. So if you can just
Raphael's
stay
on the hill.
down and push them through. Right, but if you're Koka and you get back to the hill,
Your confidence level.
that
just
chair
boosted.
gets awful sweaty while you're
Talking
sitting
about
in it.
Switzerland, your head's in the
Yeah.
Alps.
Absolutely.
Sure.
You know, it's funny. Years ago when you had amateur, you know, guys, you sat around and you waited for the other guy to miss. Now there's so many stronger, especially 9-ball players. I mean, you know, I'm not going to say that there's guys are running around, running hundreds in straight pool every day, but there's plenty of guys playing real solid 9-ball, so. And he held up. And he's got a very familiar looking shot on the 9.
Going back to what you just said, that's why I like the tour that Tony's running.
Sure.
I think it's fairly judged. Now, some people might disagree, and that's your opinion. It's the United States. You can agree to disagree. But, you know, since he's been running this tour and they've been adjusting players from C's or D's and up the ladder as we watch Koka.
6-5.
You know, it's
when did you ever go to a weekly tournament and see 64 back in the day? You didn't. You know, I obviously I don't come to a lot, but I wouldn't miss this for the Gink. But every week I'm reading 48, 52, 60. You know, he's doing something right. So, you know,
absolutely.
stick with the formula.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean,
Now,
the Predator and the Tri-State are the 2 oldest running tours around here right now. And Tony's just getting stronger.
Now, how many
you know?
pros and opens does he have coming here tomorrow?
Last I saw, I believe there was over 32 there already.
Wow.
And you know how a lot of pros like to just walk in the door at the last minute. You know. And the scratch on the break, Raph is hoping to finish this off for him now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of walk-ins.
Yeah.
You know.
Now play on table 7, Captain Jack.
And I spoke to Jeremy Sosi
Jack Fulmo.
a couple of days ago before he left.
Jack, you get 2 on 7.
And
He's
I know
probably
I knew I seen some kind of write-up on you know, all the team members getting together.
Right.
And I said, you know, for some reason or another, I had a brain thought. I said, gee whiz, let me call Jeremy and see what's going on. And sure enough, you know, they got that meeting out there, and he says he has, you know, he really
Would rather be here.
rather be here, but you know, this is the Moscone couple
Absolutely.
talking about. And I said, you go out there and you go for it. You know, he's one of those guys, and you know as well as I know. I mean, we both know him. I don't see him folding under that pressure. I don't care if you put 16 Tigers in there loose with no chains. It's not going to phase him. He's got that kind of, I don't know, that demeanor when he's at the table.
He doesn't ever defeat himself.
Yeah.
Of all the times you've seen him play, you're not watching him beat himself. If he loses a match, you know, he moves on. And it looks like his memory is short.
But he's solid.
Yeah.
He's really, and along with everybody else, Justin Bergman, everybody going out there.
Sure,
Don't get me wrong.
no. It's not saying anything negative about those guys.
No.
It's just
you know,
what a lot of people don't realize is Jeremy's not 20 years old.
Wow.
How did he get in there?
Well, hey, how about this? Did you
Here
call
we
it
go.
or did you call it?
Some guy called it. It might be semi-brilliant, but, you know, see, now Koka's got 5 open balls, and if he can get good on the 6, he'd like to consider this one over also. Something else that you tend to do here in this position.
Just leave yourself a little bit of an angle is
Right,
what you
but-
got to do. He's got it, too. He's got enough angle to come out 2
Oh,
rails.
he's perfect. Not dead perfect, but close enough. But you'll notice that when you're the behind player and you're trying to bear down, all of a sudden you're rolling them around a little bit and your angle's a little better than normal because you're not trying to use your stroke and go, oh, look at me, I can draw the ball 2 rails and this, you know, you're trying to just bear down and put the heat on the other player. So here he goes.
13, Gail
And
Lopez.
see, now he went too far.
And Izzy
You know what? I
table
thought he was going
13.
to play the 7 in the upper left-hand corner.
Correct. No, absolutely. But because he felt like he was so straight on that 6 ball, he put a little, you know, heat on it.
It must go.
Oh, it does go. All right.
It split
I think
the drawers is what it did.
I think
That's
we
a
ought to
beautiful
both be
shot.
in the same car on the
Izzy
way to
gets
the eye
3 on
doctor.
8. Izzy,
Yeah.
3 on 8
Yeah,
for
here you
Gail
go.
Lopez on
Nice
table
shot.
13.
And now he's the one who looks comfortable. And
Well, I'll tell you what. We're into the Ginky Memorial. 2 matches, and this second one looks like it's about to go hill.
sure.
So how's the handicapping when this happens?
You feel that game, boy.
You got that right. But I'm just saying the handicap is that close.
Sure.
You know, it's pretty good.
When they came out, in other words, years ago, when they started with the handicaps and making tournaments for amateurs instead
Right.
of just going and getting squashed by the local shortstop or open player, this is what they were hoping for. You know, think of all the weeknight tournaments where, you know, player A is getting the 8 ball from player B, and, you know, it's not right, and everybody's arguing about it. I don't see a lot of arguing with these spots here. I mean, I know that the Tri-State and the Predator are pretty close to each other. No, look at this. The 6 ball's trying to drive the cue back. Wow, that's tough action.
Hill. And this guy
There
breaks.
you go.
And this is where you wind up.
That's what you get. You know what? That's what you get for letting them back in. And I know Raph knows that. You were leading 6-4. You had a shot. You should be sipping coffee by now, wondering who you play next. Instead, you're in the grind.
No room for errors here.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Scott? Are you going to give this right back to him? Or are you going to try to roll this? You got to watch
You know
the
what?
side.
I was going to say, rolling it, you know, it's nice in theory, you might end up right in the drink. If you cut it,
He's cutting it.
if you cut it in the side, taking a
He's
lot of
calling the 9
factors.
ball in the bottom right-hand corner.
Really?
That's what he called.
Yeah, that didn't do too well. It was a straight up and down kick, though. Actually, a lot of guys his speed know this shot where they can just land on it nicely. See that?
Watch the point. How many times you see that?
Like it was sticking out like a hitchhiker.
If you can hear the way Raphael is thinking right now.
Yeah. You know, I think he's not sure if he wants to shoot or play safe at this point. The 3, the 5, where they lay, the 5 is kind of big, you know? So he's probably looking at, see? Yeah, he's getting ready to get the cue ball back inside of these balls. I think he wants to be able to get ball in hand, and whatever shot he ends up with on the 2, he wants it to be natural to the 3.
Oh, he left the 2.
He left him an edge.
He might have left him the shot.
Yeah.
And natural position for the 3, by the way. Well, maybe he's just going to... Yeah, I think it's natural position. Just roll it in.
Yeah, if he can get up anywhere near the middle of the table, anywhere in between the dots, he can do something with the 3. I mean, he can just roll it in, come up and out there, and if he doesn't go too far forward, he's good. And then he's shooting the 3, 4, 5, all comfortable little shots that allow you to let your stroke out.
He's just gonna roll it.
There it is. Stop, stop.
Wow. You know, this has been nip and tuck up until the point where Raphael jumped up by 2
Yeah,
games.
he looked like he was going to cruise home, and a miss, a scratch, and he might be shaking hands on the wrong side of it.
Well, unfortunately, somebody does have to lose. This is the game that we play, right?
Yep. You know what the sad part is? I've missed from here. You hear guys sit with you and they go, I never missed from here.
Listen,
I have missed from here.
Don't be trying to fish up anybody out there in the chat, all right?
I've been playing this low C speed for a long time. I'm comfortable with it.
Listen, the guy can fire balls in with one eye closed. Stay away from Scott Batten. I just blew all your action.
Thanks, buddy. You know, my kids need to eat, sir.
Yes, they do.
Once again, when your match
Well,
is over, can the winner
not winning this
please
game when
come to the front and tell me or Don who won?
But I'll tell you what,
And also, there is no parking.
Bob's right.
Richards.
CMB is definitely right.
Also,
Shout out to
please
Gotham
pay
City
attention to the
Billiards.
meters. There are meters outside. They will give
We
you a
will be
ticket.
there
If you
May
don't pay the
31st to June 1st for a big tri-state tournament. $3,000 added.
You know what? We're always speaking so well of Manny. How about, I'm so sorry, his first name leaves me. Who owns Gotham?
Kevin and Isabel.
Kevin and Isabel's name I know.
Yeah.
They put up, if you show up at that room, aside from how well you're treated, I've seen him add an extra 500
I know.
just because he was standing there.
I know.
You know, the last time I played a tournament there, I think he added, I think it was a 1,500 added, which is the biggest on the tri-state, and it was just a typical two-day tournament. Yep. And then he decided to throw another 500 in.
Yeah, that's
Kevin.
Kevin.
I mean, they're top notch for this.
Yeah.
And it's
well,
fun.
it's $3,000 added now.
Yeah.
Capped at 64 players, like CMBW.
Well,
you
because
just put
you
in
know
there.
what, you tell a bunch of pool players that there's 2,000 added in a tournament that's not in a hotel, they show up.
There you go. And you know what? It's an amateur event.
Yep.
Which is going to be really exciting.
You know what? It's nice when you get to win something. And as we're talking about winning something, here's Koka, the man who came back from nowhere, with a good shot on the 9. Don't do it, Al. Everybody, Al's holding the button.
On table 17, we have
Oh,
Glenn Ramsey.
he didn't get him.
There you have it, folks. Koka takes Raphael down, but Raphael's not eliminated. We're going to be right back with another match. We're going to set it up. Stand by. Scott Bannon, thank you for sitting in, and you're welcome anytime you want to sit in, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.